Welcome to another episode of the Journal. This week I'm trying something a little bit different. A good friend of mine recently mentioned to me that he watches every episode of the Journal, loves the content I put out, and just wanted to know how I went about it. So whether I script it, how much of it is my own words, how much of it is AI, do I do anything that's off the cuff, or what that looks like. So the truth is, generally I, I write pretty much every script for the journal. Um, I want to try and get the message across. I want to try and get the point I'm making to really land with people. And sometimes that's difficult. I'm probably not the most articulate, so I want to plan it out. I want to get that message, and I want it to be perfect, really. But the truth is, I guess things in life aren't always perfect. I mean, for example, this morning I was sitting down the beach hut, writing my TED Talk. I've got that coming up in October, and again, I'm so passionate about getting the message to land. I want that talk to be, I want it to be perfect. I want to be able to share my passion, my journey, my mission, and hope that that lands with people. Because hopefully that will help to move the needle, help to make the change that I want to see in the world. But as I'm sitting there writing and I'm trying to get these things to be perfect, potentially they're not going to be, right. I guess the same with the journal, the same with the TED Talk, the same with content that we put out. Life isn't perfect. It reminded me of a quote by Charlie Maxey. It was, the greatest illusion in life is that everything's got to be perfect. So this is my imperfect episode of the journal. It's not scripted and it's just off the cuff. Because I guess for me, it's such an important message that lies beneath that. Is that often what stops us from sending that post or writing that article or recording a video like this is that we want it to be perfect. So we stop getting that out there. And I think for me, I look back at when I started the podcast, that first episode I did with Brad Hatchett. That was far from perfect, and probably every episode since hasn't been perfect. But I did start, and 150 episodes later, I'm still going. And although they're not perfect, they do get out, and they have taken me on this journey of purpose, and one that I truly believe in. So I guess my message to you this week is, if you're thinking about posting something, you're thinking about starting something, whether it be a business, whether it be a podcast, whatever it looks like, just start. Don't wait for it to be perfect. Just give it a go. You'll learn as you go on. And we're never going to get them perfect, but just do it. Something else happened this morning, actually, whilst I was writing my TED Talk. Someone walked past, someone who lives in the same area as me, reached out to me on Instagram recently, and just come to share that the stuff I'm putting out is really resonating. She's got 2 young boys, and it's really helping. And that really meant so much, I can't even tell you. Because so much of the content lately, not been getting the likes, not been getting shares or the views on YouTube, and you question, is this just tumbleweed? Is it falling on deaf ears? And maybe people are watching, people are listening, they're not commenting, they're not liking, but they do see the messages, and maybe it does resonate. Maybe we are making more of an impact than we actually know. So again, back to that message, just keep putting stuff out there, because hopefully it resonates when someone needs to hear it. Fine, I just wanted to share a little bit of something where I've been sitting with recently. From previous posts, you would have known, previous journals, that I've slowed down quite a bit the last couple of months. Obviously, my shoulder and other bits and pieces that have happened over the last few weeks. But I think for me, one of the questions that's come up for me is that why does self-care have to carry so much guilt? Because that is for me, this is for the first time I've started to put myself first a little bit. I've started to look after myself, whether it be doing yoga, sea swims, meditating, just taking some time out. It has to come with this weight of guilt. And it made me question, is it the guilt that other people put on us? our partner, in a relationship, friends, whatever that looks like? Or is it ourselves? Is it the stories that we tell ourselves? Actually, maybe they're not putting that guilt on us. Maybe it's just us and that narrative that we keep telling ourselves. Because the truth is that self-care isn't selfish, is it? Self-care, looking after yourself, putting yourself first, helps you to become the best version of yourself. That's got to be so important, isn't it? That's got to be. I mean, this week alone, I'm taking a little bit of time going away for a few days just on my own, and it's the first time I've done that in I can't tell you how long. I'll share a little bit about that on next week's journal. Hopefully, it's going to be an amazing experience. But the guilt that comes with that, I've got to try and let go of, and I'm really going to try and let go. So my challenge, I guess, to you this week is, what are you going to do to look after yourself, to take some self care, because it is so important. This is something I'm learning on this journey as we go. I'll share a little bit more about that. I'll say next week. But listen, as always, thanks for listening. This is a bit more of a ramble this week, so I'm really keen to know what you think. But this one's for you, Ashley. So please do comment on this, mate, and let me know what you think of the raw, imperfect episode of the journal. Until next week, look after yourselves, and as always, you all right, mate?